there's a sense of relief because we didn't play as well as we would have liked, and because we were down 16-12 at half-time, and we're up against an Italian side that have proven in this competition that they're tough to beat. I'm not sure it was that dissimilar for Wales or that dissimilar. Certainly when they played away in Scotland, they finished that game really strongly, and so I think they've looked at about 3 10-point differentials approximately in the 3 games so far. So there's a sense of relief because when we did create opportunities, I don't think we made the most of them, and when we were building some positive attack, we either made errors right before half-time. It looks like we might get that differential we're looking for, and that gives you a level of confidence. And the ball was snatched off Connor, and suddenly they go the length, and it looked in the ruck that it was something that we'll look back at, and we'll look back at how well we chased back, and we almost stopped them, and fair play to Luke and Marisi to finish it. So at the end of all that, you are relieved. Even probably the last phase of the game sums up the performance to a degree, where Jacob Stockdale does an incredible job from the in goal out to the halfway, one man to beat, and the pass doesn't go to hand, and we knock it on, and we're left scrambling around on the ground trying to grab the ball. Not too dissimilar to the one with Keith Earls, where he gets through the line without being touched, and then we can't finish on the back of that either. So we've got to be better than that.
Joe, what would you put the line out
They contested really well. I think it's the first time we've had that combination, and the difference in, I think the very first line out of the game doesn't help. If you don't hit the first one, we're up alone in the air, and we overthrow it, and from there on, you're always feeling a sense of pressure, and it doesn't help. You want to get your confidence early in the game, and particularly on big occasions, because for a few players today, it was a really big occasion. Yeah, we're still obviously on the back foot. England have got 10 points. They didn't get a bonus point yesterday, which opens the door a little bit for us. And obviously Wales are in the strongest position now. They've won 3 out of 3. They've won away in France. So they've got to go. They've only got the game away to Scotland now to play away from home, and then us back in Cardiff. And that's going to be a huge match for us. We've got to make sure that we, over the next 2 weeks, keep building. There'll be a few guys who come in and out, obviously, in the build-up to the France game, and then we've got to put a better performance together, because France looked like they built a bit yesterday, and that's going to be tough for us.
The average score between Ireland and Italy in the past 5 years was 50 points to 10. Do you think it's merit to Italy to have cut it to 10 points today? I mean, they grew up so much to cut it to 10 points?
Yeah, definitely. I think 6 years ago, the 10 points was the other way, just about, in Italy's favour. But since then, we've had a number of really good results, both at home and away against Italy. And the one thing I would say is that, almost 4 years ago, we played Italy in the World Cup in our pool, and we had to work really hard, and we won 16-9, and Josh Furno almost scored in the left-hand corner, and Peter O'Mahony got across and got him, as Peter's handy to do. But that's how tight it can be on any given day. I think people underestimate how any day can be different. You see 3 test series where one team win and the other team win, and people ask, why does that happen? It's because the margins are very narrow. Now, we've had some quite wide margins in the past, and they were narrower today. But as I said, I was pretty happy with the way the players worked their way through to make sure that we got the 5 points and we got the result.
Sorry. Look, it's similar to what Joe said, really. We struggle at times to be cohesive. There's certainly some good attacking play that we put through, but a lot of the times it ended up in an unforced error, and it's something we spoke about before the game, is trying to be a bit more cohesive, and at times we were, but just not enough of the time, I don't think. But I said to a few of the lads afterwards, I was here in 13, it's difficult to win away from home in this competition because it's so competitive, and to get 5 points away from home, I was proud of the way the lads handled the second half, because we were under the pump, we were under pressure, and coming in at half time, guys were composed, and we got clear messages, and we implemented to a certain degree in the second half. But look, there's plenty for us to work on, and I'm not going to sit here and say we're delighted with the result.
How much better do you feel you can get in the next
Performance.
3 weeks?
Say again, sorry?
How much better do you feel you can get in the next 3 weeks?
Look, we know it's there, and we know we're not far off, but we've just got to figure out what we need to do to unlock it a little bit. It certainly isn't from the lack of trying. Guys are working hard. We're working hard in training to put it right, and try and get our combinations right. But look, another 2 weeks. 2 weeks together, we'll get away for a few hours on Monday, back in later in the week, and we'll put our heads together, and we'll try and get it sorted.
Joe, is it actually the fact that the game isn't quite where you want it to be in the long run? Is the hope that it could be a back on this time will be a blessing in disguise, when it's allowed you maybe to see potentially?
Yeah, to a degree. I think there were some players who were given opportunity today, and some of them took it in parts and not in other parts, and that they were so very keen to get things right that sometimes that can adversely affect the way that they execute things, because we weren't as accurate as we would have liked to have been. I challenged the team at half time. I said, this is, I think I might have said, this is perfect. Now we can find out, can we work our way back into the game? Can we get back in control? And can we make sure that we get the full account from this game? And that's why I said I'm proud of the way the players managed to stay calm enough and deliver what we needed. Because when you're in that situation and the anxiety levels have spiked and you're away from home, and there's a huge expectation that we come here, and as was said earlier, the points differential has been big in recent years. Now suddenly it's not. Where do we find that reserve of confidence, that collective reserve, to make sure that there's enough cohesion, we can create 2 try-scoring opportunities, and also keep them tryless in the second half, keep them scoreless in the second half.
Angela Carthy won his first cap. I'm sure ideally you would have liked maybe the game to be more comfortable and bring him on earlier, but I guess just how tight it was meant Johnny had to stay on.
Yeah, and we're still trying to get a rhythm for Johnny as well. So he has not played a huge amount. Jack, by contrast, has played a huge amount this season. He's been very consistent for Connacht, and that's one of the reasons he's here. But at the same time, he's had a lot of game time, and so it's probably balancing those 2 facets. Yes, I think it's fantastic that Jack got to make his debut. He got on, he almost snuck through a bit of a gap just after getting on, and he looked for someone to be running off his shoulder. He found some good space back in behind where Jayden had to go back and get it and bring it back out. And he did that really well all day, to be fair to Jayden Hayward. I think he really performed very, very well.
Last one. How do you feel Conor Murray's playing this championship overall?
I think Conor's still trying to find his feet, and there's a bit of a risk for Conor that he tries too hard, I think he's frustrated that it's not the smooth running machine that he normally is. He's obviously frustrated to get pickpocketed. He felt that the player was offside, but you can feel whatever you like. It is the game, and you've got to get back into the game, and you can't let somebody have the ball when it's in your hands. So, he's frustrated about a few things. I thought he kicked some really nice kicks today, and on the back of that, I'm hoping that he gets a bit of his confidence back. As I said, there was a really nice pass at one stage straight to the player that got put down. No doubt that hurts him, because he's feeling that he's putting it out there and it's got his zip in it, but we didn't get anything on the back of it other than an opposition scrum. So, yeah, I think he's going to keep building, and France will be another opportunity for him, all being equal.